Hey guys, in this video I have a Corsair K65 RGB Mini that I'll be working on. It's been a while since I put out a video, so it's going to be pretty quick and short, but I just wanted to do something. I can't do too much with this and you'll see why, but let's get into it. So to make this short and sweet, I'm going to speed past all of this. Right now it's going to be mainly taking this thing apart. As you can see, this has some Gateron silver speed switches. Unfortunately, this is not a hot swap board, so this is pretty much what it's going to stick with. My soldering skills aren't quite there to take this all apart the way I would like to, but maybe one day we'll get there. So tearing this thing down, it's just going to jump cut forward, and here we have some of the mods we're going to be doing. So this here is some car dampening foam. I picked this up off of Amazon. I believe the brand is Silas. I've used it in one keyboard before and I was really happy with the way it sounded. Because it is sound deadening foam or sound dampening foam for cars, this really does help with the hollowness of the board, and as you'll see later on, I'll put a before and after sound test so you guys can get an idea of how well this works. So I'm using some scrap pieces that I had left over from another keyboard. For whatever reason, this keyboard takes so many screws to hold it down. I don't know why, but cutting these little pieces and fitting them in kind of like a puzzle wherever I can is a solid way to fill in all these gaps. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. This stuff works really well. So this is the method I'm going with. I probably could have filled in a little more, but the strips and slivers would have been so small. I didn't really want to get out tweezers and try to fill in every little tiny gap. So after this, I'm going to move on to the tape mod, something you've seen 100 times before. This time I'm only going with one layer of tape just to kind of help dampen the sound a little more, but I don't want to do like the triple layers and kind of have it all that same tape mod sound. Not that it's a bad thing, but I just want to do something a little different this time. After this tape mod is done, we'll go ahead and reassemble this thing, slap it all back together, and then we'll move on to the keycaps and our final mod. So here I'm getting ready to put on keycaps, but I kinda get ahead of myself, and because I couldn't really take this apart and lube these the way I typically would, I decided to grab my tweezers, lift up the stabilizers, and just put a little bit of dielectric grease in there to maybe give it something to work with, some sort of lube. I feel like it did make a difference in the end, but we're going to be moving on to the sound test here shortly, before and after like I said, so you let me know what you think it sounds like, if it really did make a difference or not. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment letting me know what would you do with a board like this that's held back on modification.